Okay, everybody, welcome to Time for Him. Here we go. This is our Music Academy jingle. If you know it, sing along, everyone. Here we go. Time for school, time for music, time to learn together. We can do it. Learning is fun, Mr. Sing. And learning is fun. Once again, welcome to Time for Him, where we dedicate time to Him by singing a hymn. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get right into it. We're going to do some stretching exercises first, but before we do that, I want to let you guys know of the actual hymnal choice that we have today. It's called Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. Okay, once again, it's Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. It is a spiritual, okay, which there's no particular author to it. It's just been passed down from generation to generation, okay, but no actual authorship has been given to this particular song. So type in on the Google search engine, Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child, type in the word lyrics, and those lyrics should pop up. There should be different versions of those lyrics so that you can have that ready and we can sing along together, okay, guys? But first things first, let's get right into our stretches, everyone. Sit up nice and straight, your feet planted on the floor, flat on the floor, I should say, hands in your laps. Your back is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, and the back of your neck. Okay, do a little cue, and then straighten the neck, chin down. Okay, everybody start reaching up into the sky as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Feel that stretch in the lower back and breathe while you do it. Okay, great. Now bring your arms down and start rolling the shoulders back. Great job, everybody. Good job. Feel that nice massage in the shoulder blades. Okay, everybody roll the shoulders forward. Great job, everyone. Now everybody rotate the necks in a circle very slowly. Okay, fantastic. Now everybody roll the neck in the other direction. Okay, very nice. Okay, now everybody look all the way up. And look all the way down. And all the way to your left. And all the way to your right. Okay, and now everybody tilt your head to the left. Tilt your head to the right. All right, shrug and hold, and shrug and hold, and release. Once again, shrug and hold those shoulders, and release. Great job. Now everybody take your hands and start massaging your cheek muscles in a circular motion. Let's massage it. Great. Everybody go in the other direction. Great. I know I look silly. I know we look silly, but this is good for you. Okay. All right. Now let's practice our breathing real quick. Breathe in, stomach expands. Breathe out, stomach contracts. Okay. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out. Once again, breathe in and breathe out. Great job. Do the same thing, breathing in, right? Expanding the stomach, but this time flub the lips. Okay. Probably notice how I'm just kind of licking my lips right now. You probably want to do that just to get a little bit of moisture there so you can do that. You're not so stiff. Okay. Then once you do that, you're going to breathe in and okay, you're going to hold it out for a while. Okay. Ready? Let's do this. Make sure you give yourself that air support. And breathe in and go. Good job. Once again, let's do the same thing. Ready? Breathe in. And good job, everybody. Now let's do our tongue roll. Okay, so you're gonna give yourself a nice amount of breath, and this time you're gonna roll those tongues. Okay, so everybody, let's do that. And ready? Breathe in and. Good job, everybody. One more time. Ready? Breathe in and. Okay, great job, everybody. Okay, so if you're having a little trouble, getting that going, okay, make sure you just practice. Okay, I know it's silly again, but it's really the best way to warm up the muscles, which you're going to use right now to sing. So if you have those lyrics handy, hopefully you've gotten them. It's called the name of the song, Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. Okay. This particular spiritual, okay, if you look at the lyrics, happens to be a lot of the more sorrowful things that a child of God, a person chosen of God, would go through a little bit more. Okay, and and like I said before, hymnals are very much inspired. Doesn't always necessarily quote the scriptures of the Bible, but it definitely is inspired by the scriptures of the Bible, and so we can kind of see that. Okay, especially within verse 1 and verse 2. There's two verses, and within the verses, they refer to it's referring to those chosen of God as the true believer. Okay, um, offhand, I'm not exactly sure if the Bible calls a person that is chosen by him a true believer. I'm not entirely sure. I would be lying if I say I could remember that, but that's something that we could always look up and see. Because sometimes the names, or I should say the title, or something, or words that describe those that are the righteous, the chosen, those that are chosen of God. Sometimes they use a lot of different words to describe them, and true believer would be one of them. Okay, it certainly is when it comes to the context of this song. Okay, but again, it's what the true believer, quoting the song here, what the true believer really goes through while on earth, while waiting. It depicts sort of the depressed mode of the true believer. Now you might be saying, okay, well, I thought the righteous, those that are chosen of God, that are saved, I thought those guys are supposed to be happy all the time. No, that's not true. I mean, we wouldn't be human if that was the case, and bear in mind that those that are chosen of God have also been at some point sinful, have done the wrong things. It's actually it's part of being chosen of God, because they get to know the things that they have done wrong, and still are very we go through this life knowing that we are not and this is where the true believer and the sinner they kind of meet, and there's a I should say there's a familiar not a familiarity, I'm using the wrong word. There's something that they can relate to, because the Bible also quotes that everyone is yoked in sin. Okay, and that includes the true believer. That includes them, because at some point, again, we're made flesh, and we've done the wrong thing. It's really up to God whether He chooses us and allows us to understand that we've gone wrong at some point. And someone who's not chosen wouldn't understand that. They think everything they've done is fine. As opposed to the true believer. The true believer, also realizes their faults and their mistakes, and so God puts it in their heart and puts it in their mind to do better. Okay, we are not of our own minds per se. If God chooses you, or He's going to have something done, then He's going to make sure that you do it, and it has nothing to do with our own free will. It has nothing to do with that. God controls us, controls everything. Okay, so that's the idea. But again, with this particular song, you look at the lyrics. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. It's repeated 3 times. Okay, just in the beginning of verse 1, and then it continues with a long ways from home. And that's repeated 2 times. Okay, and so when it says a long ways from home, yeah, that's pretty much the depression that a true believer would go through, because it feels like a long time. One of the Bible scriptures in Revelation actually says about the chosen that are under the altar. Okay, in the book of Revelations, they keep asking, when, Lord, when, Lord, when will the kingdom become realized, or come to pass? And that's one of the things they ask. They're always asking, when, Lord? Why? Because it's spiritual understanding that it takes a long for us. It feels like a long time, and even and how do we know that? Because in the scripture it also says that to God 1,000 years is like a day. You see, so what we conceive of as a day, and many days pass. We could go months, asking, when, Lord, when, when will this world, this imperfect world, come to an end? And hey, it's really up to God, but for us it feels like a long time. For God, it's 1,000 years is like a day. Okay, so then it continues, again, true believer, and then again repeating a long ways from home. Okay, like it's just going to take a long time to get home. And where is home? In New Jerusalem with God. So yeah, second verse, pretty similar. Okay, pretty much similar when it comes to that. So this is more of a dramatic, very, very, very sorrowful aspect, okay, of a hymnal, and very sorrowful aspect of what the true believer goes through while they wait. And I can honestly say this just from my own experience. Yeah, it does feel like a long time. Do I know if I'm a true believer? I'm not entirely sure. I definitely believe and respect God in in everything. I don't know, because I also make lots of mistakes. But here's the thing: we might live our lives never knowing whether we are chosen of God. Okay, never really knowing until one particular day, because God will choose that day where we really come to the realization, and it's God telling us, yeah, you are chosen, you are mine. Okay, I definitely have hope in that. Me personally, I have hope in that, because I do recognize a lot of my faults, lots of my faults, and I still wonder and ask God, why am I still here? Why am I still alive? You know, why have you had such mercy on me? Who am I? You know, and if you find yourself asking those kind of questions, okay, there's a good chance that you might be saved as well. It's a good chance. Can I speak for you? No, because I have no idea. I have no idea what God is taking you into your lives. Pray and let it be blessed that you are His. And that's the thing. And I pray that for myself and many others as well. So with that in mind, everybody, have those lyrics handy. Keep that posture. Let's think on this. Okay, it's going to be again, this is more of a sorrowful song. Okay, but they say, like they say in blues, like they say in blues, there's a relief in singing about what is making you blue, what is making you sad. There's a relief and a release of that. Release of the negativity when we talk about it, when we sing about it, and then we just kind of feel better. So one can also say this is kind of like the blues, but for hymnals. This is kind of like that, kind of like the blues for hymnals. So let's think on these words, very carefully. Like I say all the time with every hymnal, think on these words very carefully while we are praising. And through this, we really are praising God. We're praising God because He does make His promises sure, though it feels like a long time. Okay, it's going to come before we know it. It's going to come like the Bible says, like a thief in the night, very quickly. Okay, all of a sudden. Okay, very good stuff. Okay, everybody, sit up nice and straight. Make sure your posture's good, and I'm going to go right over to the piano. Okay, make sure you guys can see everything, and let's sing. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Very spiritual. Let's sing this together. Here we go. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long ways from home. a long ways from home. True believer, a long way from home, a long ways from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless, and I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Way up in the heavenly land. Way up in the heavenly land. True believer, way up in the heavenly land. Way up in the heavenly land. And that was Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. It's a spiritual, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause if you were able to follow along with that. Okay. There's a lot of I heard Bessie Smith sing this song. I heard it on YouTube, and so I sort of modeled my singing after this. She definitely takes a lot more liberties, and there's other artists that have done this particular song and have taken a lot more liberties in improvising a melody, whether really playing with the notes, holding them out a long time, or kind of going a little bit more on tempo. It just depends. I definitely liked Bessie Smith's version of this particular. You could always take a look at it on YouTube yourself and listen to it, and listen to many other different versions. But it's a fantastic song, and how you interpret it and perform it is really kind of just how you feel through it. You do it. And I know. I was gonna say I'd like to think, but no, I really know that that's what that God showed me to do it this way, and God could show you how you're going to sing it, depending on, okay, it's all in the perception that God gives you. Remember, he controls it all. He controls even everything that you think, and that's good. That's a more comforting thing, because a lot of times when we start to think of other things on our own, that's when a lot of mistakes happen, but then he allows for that too. That's the glory of God. He allows for that too, because there are just things that have to happen. I'm glad to know that God is in control of everything and the lives of other people, and there's no other God but Him. And they can say there's other different kinds of gods and things like that, but none compare to God. They don't even exist. God is the true God, you know. So yeah, if you want to go back to this video and have those lyrics handy, just replay it and practice. You can practice it the way I sang it. You can listen to other versions, okay, and just pick one or do, you know, or interpret how you sing it, how you would sing it, and then take it to, you know, your level, how you're going to do it, you know. As long as your heart is in the right place, okay, as long as we're always thinking on God whenever we sing our hymns, because it really is about him. It's, you know, primarily he's number one in our lives. So great job once again, everybody. And you know, nothing else to say. As always, I wish you happy practicing, and everyone take care of yourselves and have a great and wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.